All right. Welcome everybody to Talk That Talk. We have the unfiltered, unscripted, uncomfortable conversation about band, HBCU, band culture, music education, and more. As you already know, I am Jay Luke. So you can go ahead and go to our store and get anything that you want in our store. Why do I keep putting this up? That is such an accident. Anyway, you can get anything you want in our store, and you can get 30% off your purchase. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. All right, so we don't got a full cast, but I will say this before we get into everything. I do want to say prayers up to the Spartan Legion family. We really just lost somebody, young brother who was very instrumental to the Spartan Legion program. And so definitely want to send my condolences to the Spartan Legion program. And so tonight they're having a visual for him. And so that is why Portia is not here, but we ask you all to keep her and the Spartan Legion family in you all's prayers. With that being said, Quan, what's going on, brother?
Nothing. Just ready for this Thanksgiving break. You know how that is. We're on that last push before the break. And we need it. You know, we survived Bandtober. We did the Battle of the Band last week. Shout out to the band director for Natchez. He won it. That was Jerome's event. Mm-hmm. And I'm just ready for the break, bro. Favorite time of the year, concert band.
There we go. Get excited. Speaking of Battle of the Bands, go ahead.
I want to say, man, I think is it Dr. Rowley, the director? He's not director of bands, but director of Wind Ensemble at Virginia State.
Oh yeah.
Like, shout out to him, bro. Like, I ain't trying to be funny. I know he don't think it, and if he sees this, and if y'all know him, share with him. Man, that man be inspiring and dropping some like gems during his rehearsals. You know, he was talking about the I think Conroe exercise and tuning the skills, like some really high advanced stuff. Like just sound pedagogy, bro. Like that's really dope, and we need more band directors like that that's dropping them nuggets, and they sound amazing.
I was definitely gonna say that. I mean, you know, I have being in Virginia for 9 to 10 years at Norfolk State. You know, seeing Virginia State, and that has this is not a negative against Dr. Phillips and all that, but this is probably about the best Virginia State I've heard from the Wind Ensemble perspective, at least. So I definitely think he's doing an excellent job. Excellent job. So shout out to him. I know he went live. I think you just said that, but he did go live today. I think I saw him earlier. Was a recorded video.
I don't have a lot of notifications live, but that's one of them. Definitely, like when he goes live, bro, you just sit there almost like at the feet of wisdom and just listen up to what he says, bro. He be dropping them nuggets, though.
Absolutely. Well, nothing's going on great on this. Well, there's a lot of great things going on this end, but it's just not, you know, not a whole lot of going on. However, I do also want to make sure I say it right here live. Shout out to Darius and the whole NSBA family for the Battle of the Bands. They did, was it 2 weekends ago? Very good situation that happened. A lot of great high school programs that were out there, man. So definitely want to go ahead and say what's up to them, and you know, congratulations to all the programs. Congratulations to Carter for winning everything overall, our own. But then also, you know, congratulations to all the other band programs that did participate. I saw Rory out there. So just a lot of good people, a lot of good band programs. So I was definitely happy to see them. So again, shout out to NSBA, Darius, and the whole NSBA family for an amazing program that you guys put on. Oh, and DeSoto High School as well. DeSoto ISD's DeSoto High School. Shout out to you guys for just hosting it. So I wanted to make sure I said got all those things out before we got started. All right, you ready to do this, brother?
Yeah, bro.
So there is a major topic that we're going to tackle last, but I do want to kind of handle this or get this first thing out of the way. So, you know, so we can just go ahead and drop this off and talk about it, see your thoughts, get your thoughts, and then we'll move on from there. Don't forget, super chats are open, but y'all can go ahead and fill up that comment section as much as you guys want to. Give us all your thoughts, the things that's on your mind, the things that ain't on your mind. And, even if you got a little hate, it's all right. I ain't gonna be mad at it. All right, here we go. Let's get into the first topic. All right, so if you all don't know that or has not seen that video, this video actually took place at the Texas Southern game. I think it was about a week or so ago. That was Baton Rouge PD that was ruffling up some young brother. And so outside of that, there was a statement that was issued to the Baton Rouge from Baton Rouge or Southern University, and I want to kind of take time to read it right now. It says Southern University and A&M College is aware of a concern about an incident that occurred following the conclusion of the Southern University versus Texas Southern University football game on Saturday, November 15th. The incident involved a game attendee and Baton Rouge PD. Southern University is committed to ensuring the safety and well-being of all students, employees, and visitors. The university has opened an internal investigation to review the circumstances surrounding the event. Additionally, the university is actively cooperating with Baton Rouge PD, which is also conducting its own review. Because this is an active investigation, Southern University will not provide any additional comments at this time. So what I will definitely say off top is that there is not a lot of information out there. There's not a lot of data that's going to be surrounded. So context is something that we don't have full information of. However, I did want to bring this up because of the fact that as a former university band director, I have seen some interesting things as it relates to PD. Some things that I feel like they can get a little too aggressive on. And so with that being said, I guess, well, I ain't gonna say I guess because I kind of know what it is. But the first thing I do want to ask is what level of authority controls the HBCU fifth quarter? What level of authority controls the HBCU fifth quarters? Because a lot of times a lot of these things ends up happening in the fifth quarter. I can remember my years at PV, when we would do the PV and Grambling game. And there was just a level of aggressiveness that some of those officers had that just didn't make any sense, specifically because if you understand HBCU band culture, fifth quarter culture, we stay after the games, we get excited for what we hear, so on and so forth. And so, what level of authority controls the HBCU band fifth quarter? Any thoughts on that, Quan?
So my thing is this: like, for any fifth quarter, honestly, I don't could go by. I've been in Mumford, but I've never been like of recent years. And I know when it comes to Prairie View, PV police not like that unless like you causing something. You know what I'm saying? Now, when NRG is kind of like that, no lie, like Harris County, they kind of like that. BBVA, well, is it not BBVA? Is it Shell now? Whatever Texas Southern play.
I don't know. I didn't know that changed the name. They changed the name. It's not Dynamo no more.
That's a team. That's Dynamo Stadium, but it's like, how it was BBVA, the bank.
Yeah,
but I think it's Shell Energy.
No. Oh, I just called it Dynamo Stadium. So
yeah, but there is that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, like in Houston, they're like that. And honestly, from the looks of it and just reading people's comments, the dude was just standing there. It wasn't no issue. It's no different. And I'm gonna correlate what took place in Baton Rouge, and I'm also highlighting pivot to, I don't know if anybody's seen the Texas A&M game, Texas A&M versus I think South Carolina State. They had 3 young black football players that was walking out the tunnel, and the state trooper like bumped into them, like on purpose. And the state trooper turned around and was like, "Yeah, man," whatever he was saying. And of course, the kids kept walking. That state trooper was relieved of his duties for that day. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like some of that really is uncalled for, bro. Like because here's the thing: if I'm just standing there and an officer walks up to me and grab me, I know for a fact this is a lose-lose situation. So as a man, it's like whatever he does at this point, I gotta take it. Because if I try to defend myself, I'm now resisting. And so there's nothing that you can say. So like if he want to sit there and punch you in your face until he break your nose or whatever the case may be, you just got to take it. And then you just got to lawyer up. Now as a man, that's hard to do. That's why, as black men, I think sometimes it's not about our ego, but it's like the survival instinct that how do you turn that shit off? Because if me and Luke together and the cop grab Luke, my mindset is like, all right, bro, like one of us may not go home. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just look at it. It's just an unfortunate situation. And with the relationships with cops alone, like you beat the hell out that boy. Like I seen the after pictures, like face cut up, lip bust, in handcuffs. It's just like, bro, this is a band event. And what's crazy is I never seen Bethune-Cookman and Grambling had a whole fist fight. Y'all wasn't even that aggressive with them. So it's like, I don't know, bro. It's just boys be picking and choosing.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. But I do want to correct something. I just one thing you said that I want to correct. Technically, it's not a band event. That moment in time is dedicated to the bands, but the overarching situation is more of a football game.
Oh, absolutely.
Bands involved. So I just wanted, that was the only thing. I mean, I know you didn't, I know, but I don't want anybody to be like, it ain't a band event. Now, we know it's not a band event. But no, I don't disagree. I think one of the things that bothers me all the time about these particular situations is the fact that, we are in this space called HBCU band, right? I don't understand. And somebody in the comments or, somebody hit the super chat, help correct me. Mm-hmm. When you're going into these spaces, is there like a debrief or a briefing on, all right, this is the space that you're going into. These are the things that you should look out for. This is kind of how things roll in this particular space. Because I would just believe that at this time, when we're talking about HBCU bands, we know the band members and coaches and directors and so on and so forth, and the spectators kind of know what to expect, from an HBCU game or a performance, right? Specifically in the fifth quarter. But it seems like, and it just seems like, when these particular situations happen, it always feels like they don't understand what we do in this space and in this time. And so they move with this different level of, and I'm going to use this term, but I don't necessarily think that it's 100% accurate, but they move with this kind of level of arrogance, right? Like, you can't touch me. We are above the law, so on and so forth. And I have to agree with you. As men, sometimes that survival mode does kick in. But somebody said something to me that one time that made a lot of sense. And they said, there is not one time in life where you have argued or seen somebody argue with a police officer and they stop and say, man, you know what? You right. You got it. This never happened. So at some point, we have to be more cognizant of how we react. Because you're absolutely right. If they grab you, your reaction is going to dictate for them to be more aggressive because you are resisting. So yeah. I don't.
I mean, think about it. We've seen videos where people literally have their hands up and they still grab them and still punch them. I just don't get that. Mm-hmm. I just don't like that excessive force. Let's be real, bro. Nobody at this big age we are, don't nobody want to go to jail.
Facts.
It was Saturday, bro. You ain't getting out till about Tuesday. That bologna sandwich waiting on you in Baton Rouge. I'm just telling you straight up. So I don't, from the looks of it, again, from the looks of what you just showed us, bro, the man walked up, grabbed him, started beating him.
Right.
We don't even know. It doesn't even matter. Here's the thing. They should have enough emotional intelligence and control to where I don't care if they're cursing at you. That should not warrant you to go put your hands on another man because you know you can. And that's why I feel like that's the lame part about it.
Mhm.
Like, you know you can. You know you got immunity. Bro, there's certain situations and scenarios where a cop can shoot you in broad daylight and still never go to jail.
Mm.
So, I mean, I agree. You know, it wasn't a band event and it's on the stadium, but why grab that one? Like that's why my mindset goes. Well, why you just grabbed him? Because it was a whole bunch of people that was there.
Yeah.
Why you grabbed him?
And
like, what is it about that particular young man that you was just like, I'm gonna grab him?
Right. And I think context is kind of why that matters in this particular situation, right? If anybody knows me, I'm just going to jump to the immediate conclusion and just say, well, this, that's not fair to this guy. I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. Now, I definitely agree that if the young brother just said something to you, that doesn't warrant you to yoke him up the way you did. At the same time, we don't know if there's anything that transpired beforehand. Did the young brother push him? I seriously doubt it. In my opinion, I seriously doubt it. But again, if he just said something, that doesn't warrant, that type of response. Now, I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Go with me here. Everybody watching. This is a little bit of devil's advocate. Some people say, I'm going to put this on an educator's perspective. Some people say that an educator going back and forth with a student is also incorrect. There are a lot of educators who would argue that educators are human too. They have bad days. They have, things that happen, short tempers, things going on in their lives. There may have been something that child did that warranted whatever. So in this case, is it very possible that was a situation that happened where maybe that young man did say something to him? Maybe that young man did, have some type of physical altercation prior to when the video started, and that officer reacted. Do you feel like it was still warranted?
Hell no.
Got you. Okay. All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. I'm not saying what's wrong or right.
Because I look at it like this, though, bro. At the end of the day, dog, was what I laugh at is this: we still have enough emotional intelligence and control to not put our hands on a kid. I've never seen, and maybe I'm wrong. There may be some footage out there, but I've never seen a teacher just walk up to a kid and punch a kid. Maybe it's out there, but you're telling me two grown men, one knowing his authority and what he's capable and able to do, and then another one just be like, I'm gonna slam you. And even if that's the case, where the whole game Baton Rouge police was forcing people to move from the front area of the band, that's cool. But why you pick that one? Like, why you pick that? Like, why did you pick that particular kid and be like, I'm gonna do this to him to make an example?
Yeah, I was about to say probably just to make an example, right? And again, we don't know. Young brother probably said something to him. Now, here's a question. Here's a question, right? And if I'm gonna go off of what was just said inside of the comment section, let me see if I can bring this up on screen. There we go. And let me move this out of the way here. Yeah. Watching the whole game all day, Baton Rouge PD was forcing people to move from the front area of the band. Right? So, with that being said, was this I'm curious, is this a direction or a directive that was given from the band staff, so on and so forth, right? Like, that is a question, or is this something that PD just decided to do on their own? So, and if it's something that the PD decided to do on their own, then that leads to other questions, right? But if it's something that the band staff asked for them to do. Officer was carrying out their jobs, you know, and then you got to understand too, like, and I've seen this happen before in a lot of places where us as chocolate folk, we feel we have sometimes an entitlement. Sometimes. So if they like, hey, y'all got to move around. Some people are like, nah, I'm good. We watching the band, bro. Like, we good. You know what I'm saying? So again, context matters. We don't know, but if that's the case, there could have been a lot that happened in that exchange. There could have been a conversation.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I just feel like at this particular point in life, you ain't got to put your hands on nobody.
I agree.
Like, for real, I'm just saying, like, if that's the case, all right, you come with me.
Right.
You come with me.
Right. I agree with that. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to the biggest thing that's been happening in our band. Or is it the biggest thing? I don't know. Is it the biggest thing? Is it the biggest thing?
I'm just saying. Roll the tape, bro. Roll the tape. You say you was gonna roll the tape. Roll the tape, bro.
All right, here we go. Biggest thing that's happening in the band HBCU band space, HBCU National Battle of the Bands, Red Lobster, ESPN National. I don't know one of them or both of them. Red Lobster. I ain't been to Red Lobster in a while, by the way. But Division I and Division II programs are in full effect. We have FAM and Southern and Miles in Fayetteville State. So Quan, right off the bat, I'm gonna ask you this question before we get deep into it. Also, the people who are watching right now, I'm gonna ask you this same question: did the real winners truly make it?
Nah.
Okay. Nah. Okay. Why do you say no?
Nah. I say no from this point. Some of us, we already saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in reality, we all agree. We both agreed on the phone, and the viewers agreed. This is also about money. We're not going to act oblivious. Now, let me be clear before someone sees it and takes it the wrong way. Florida A&M, Southern University, Miles College, and Fayetteville State are some great programs. Let me be clear. Florida A&M and Southern are top 3 bands in the country every year. We don't have to speak about the history of FAMU and Southern. We don't have to speak about the legacy of Miles College, as well as we don't have to speak about the rebirth of Fayetteville State. We don't have to do that. But I just want to preference that because I don't want somebody to come on here and be like, oh, they just hating. No, we're not. Well, I'm not. But I have to be.
I don't think any one of us are hating. Yeah. So I just want to make sure I put it. Because it's somebody who thinks that I just be hating on FAM. So I just want to make sure I put that out there.
No, we love FAM. Like, Prairie, like, put like this.
Apparently I hate FAM. I guess it's me. Apparently I hate FAM.
Real talk, they are Prairie View's big brothers. I mean, we're just gonna call it what it is, right? So now let me address this though. I feel that this year that they weren't the best band.
I agree.
I feel like Southern and FAMU were the best available bands. I'm going there, bro. I'm just going there.
Okay, well, because I do have another question after this. So you're kind of jumping into that territory. So I want to make sure we clear this question. You've already said you don't think the real winners, these are the real winners. So before we get into the second question, I did it on LBR today, and I want to make sure I do it today. So the top 5 before Division I and Division II were announced. Here were the top 5 based on score. North Carolina A&T was number 1. This is Division 1. North Carolina A&T State University with a 945.13. Number 2, Southern with a 927.74. Number 3, FAM with a 921.27. Norfolk with a 913.17. And TSU, Texas Southern University, with an 882.96. All right. That was Division 1. Division 2, Virginia State with an 878.5. Number 2, Fayetteville State, 830.75. Number 3, Miles with an 828.6. Number 4, Tuskegee with an 800.1. And number 5, Winston-Salem with a 793.5. All right. So, with that being said, we've already said that you don't feel as though that the real winners won. Fair. So, with the lineup that we have, with the lineup that's there, is this a good lineup for Band of the Year? That's the first question. And then the second question is, if you don't feel that this is a good lineup, why and who are the real winners?
I would have liked to see, this is Quan. I would have liked to see Texas Southern. And I would like to see, I could have seen Texas Southern, honestly, and Southern. Or Texas Southern and FAM. But I do feel Texas Southern should have been there. I do. And this is a Prairie View guy talking. Of course,
I'm a Texas Southern fan right now, so
yeah. So, and I also feel that at the end of the day, that Texas Southern honestly has pushed themselves to that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that too, bro. That would have been my perfect battle. TSU and Norfolk. That would have been a perfect battle.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the second division, honestly, I would have preferred, no knock to Miles, like we said before, I would have preferred to see Florida A&M. I'm sorry, not Florida A&M, Florida Memorial, and actually Albany State.
Florida Memorial and Albany State. Okay. So, I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Division 2,
mm-hmm.
I just wanted to know, where was Virginia Union?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Where
Virginia
were they in this whole thing? In Division 2, my brain was trying to figure out where Virginia Union was. So yeah, that's what my brain was.
Or Wilberforce. Honestly.
But therein lies the problem, right? We have to be very understanding and clear of this particular situation. This is a field show based competition.
Mm-hmm.
Can you really say? Because I ain't seen a lot of Wilberforce field shows. I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 that I saw this year. If that's the case, do you believe that Wilberforce, and I'm going to even ask myself, right? I'm not going to ask this question without convicting myself. Do you believe that Wilberforce or Virginia State was in competition from a field show perspective, period, with the likes of Florida Memorial, with the likes of Tuskegee, Fayetteville State, Virginia State, or Miles? Those are all the top 5 in Div 2.
If that's the case, no. But if we're gonna be honest though, it's not like and I'm playing semantics now because we can all agree this rigged. like we can all agree that like there's some skewing to these numbers and the process and so forth and so on. Would you agree, dear brother?
You know, somebody called me on the phone today and they asked me a very similar question. This is the same response that I gave them on the phone. I really think, and I still believe this, that the overarching point or goal of what Band of the Year is supposed to be means well. I believe that they are trying to do the right judging thing. But I do believe there's some little sprinkles in there.
Gotcha.
I believe there's some sprinkles in there.
So with those sprinkles in there, right? My thing is this. At the end of the day, I just look at it from this point of view. If you're going to put excitement in it, go pick the exciting bands. Like, I'm just, bruh, it's skewed. It is.
No, so that, but to see that therein lies.
The adjudication process, from what we see and what everybody agree upon, is flawed.
Okay.
It's flawed. Human errors, human mistakes, so forth and so on, but it's flawed. All I'm saying is, out of two powerhouse bands, right, have taken themselves out for that reason. Not because they're afraid of being adjudicated. It's because they saw it coming. And he just was like, yeah, we not going to do it. Because I guarantee you, if JSU would have been in there, they 9 out of 10, they would have brought them back.
I disagree. Here's why I disagree. If that was the case, they would have brought A&T back.
I feel like this. I feel like they're having conversations and they're literally like, say, bro, we're gonna have this Division 1. We're gonna have to rotate this thing. I'm so serious.
I mean, I don't disagree, but see, here's the thing, and this is why I said I'm gonna go back to why I made it a thought process or a reaction to what you said, because I don't disagree in the fact that you should bring the exciting bands. The problem that I have is that this program, in and of itself, does not focus on the things that the culture wants to see. It's great that you enjoy or you want to put field show presentation as the forefront of what this is. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And yes, I still believe in adjudication, Justin, as long as it's done right. With that being said, though, what I'm saying is that you have to add the element that excites the culture now. What excites the culture right now is stand battles, stand performances. If I wanted to see, like you said earlier, you said I would either want to see Texas Southern, I would prefer to see Texas Southern and Southern, right? I'm gonna be honest. Half of the zeal and the excitement of Texas Southern and Southern is what they do in the stands. It ain't what they do on the field.
So would you have put Southern in this category?
In Division 1?
No, as winning as one of the top competitors for this championship. Would you have put Southern?
Yes.
You would have put Southern.
I would have put Southern.
Okay, so if Jackson State and Bethune was in there, would you have put Southern?
I would have put Southern and Jackson State. I would have had Southern and Jackson State in the top 5 at minimum.
Okay. Would you have put Florida A&M back into it? It's too many Floridas. Would you put A&M back in it?
Would I put FAM in top 5? Yes.
Yes. So who's your winners? Damn that. Who's your winners?
From the top 5 that are there, or just who would I wanted to have seen?
I'm talking about who's your 1 and your 2, because apparently this is 1 and 2. Who's your 1 and 2?
No, but that's what I'm asking. I'm asking out of the top 5 that they had picked, or just in general.
Who's supposed to be in a championship to you?
In my opinion, off of just field shows, A&T, and between FAM or Norfolk. If we talk,
you ain't got none of them. And you ain't got none of them.
FAM.
Oh, you said FAM. I'm sorry. You said Norfolk, Southern. What's the other one?
No, I said if we're just field shows alone, my personal thing, A&T, FAM, or Norfolk.
A&T, FAM, or Norfolk.
Correct.
Or J State. That would have been your 4. If they was able to.
Well, we just said field show alone.
Field show alone, yeah.
Debatable. And that's not to say that they're terrible as it relates to field shows.
So pick your 2. Out of them 4, pick your 2. Your non-negotiable 2.
A&T and Norfolk. Field shows alone. Field shows alone. A&T and Norfolk.
Field shows alone. A&T and Norfolk, and you got none of them.
That's true.
Was Norfolk even in the top 5?
Norfolk was number. No, Norfolk was numbers. I got to go back and look at it.
Nah. Let's do this research.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, Norfolk was 4. Norfolk was 4.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think Norfolk is gonna ever be in the top 2. Like in regards of getting there,
because they're not a draw.
And if that's a part of it, then the adjudication process has failed. That's all I wanted to make.
Here's the problem, bro. You're not saying nothing I disagree with, though. You're not saying anything I disagree with. The only thing that I was saying was if your top was TSU and Southern, the problem is that they don't account for the things that the culture wants to see too. So yes, would I want to see TSU and Southern? Yes, I would like to see TSU and Jackson, but I want to see them more in the stands and on the field. That's just the truth. It's the truth.
I feel like I put like this. My thing is this: if there's a sprinkle of skewness in regards of the process of it, of the process of how you attain these bands, because if that's the case, I'm gonna be real. The top 3 bands, just off field show GP alone, should have been FAM, should have been Norfolk, should have been A&T.
I agree.
Those 3 bands should have been the top, because I'm talking about the use of the lights, like all of those things. Of course, Southern did it later when they did Red Light Special. But those 3 bands, you could put them in any slot that you want. What I'm saying is this is going to continue to be watered down. Why? Because if you don't draw people, you still won't have a chance either. Right. I do believe that Norfolk should have been in that top 4 spot and possibly, but we know that people not gonna leave the Red Hills to come to Atlanta. Not like that.
No, I agree. They are not a. As a Legion member, I can tell you, we are not a draw.
Keep talking. I'm listening. I gotta step away, but I'm listening. Keep going.
Excuse me. About to go poop, but. As a Legion member, I can tell you straight up, we are not a draw. Now, we may believe that we're a draw. We may believe that we have all of this pulling power, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, Quan, chat, everybody, we got to remember that bills got to be paid, and the seats have to be filled in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Norfolk is not a draw. A&T done been I think twice already. So I doubt it was going to be a third time. And even if it was a third time, A&T pulls a lot of people. But even if it was a third time, do y'all think that, like in the chat, like real talk, do y'all think if A&T would have ended up being pulled a third time that everybody would have been cool with it? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. if A&T got pulled a third time, then it would be a huge issue with A&T going for a third time. And then y'all saying, well, y'all only like A&T drills. Well, now you got Southern in there. So, yeah, you got to fill seats, bro. You got to fill seats.
My thing is this: with the skewness, bring the bands that's gonna bring the draw. Honestly, if that's the case, you could add 2 more bands, like, and just low key have the bands that playing.
Well,
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
well,
if
they
like
added a high school component to it, so I think that's also those are 2 bands. So it's 6 bands in total, I think.
Bro, come on, dog. Like, the high school band, that's the philanthropy political approach. Let's be real. Let's be real. These are, name the top 3 bands that's gonna bring the draw, and you know it. Let me see if we align. Southern,
Jackson,
and Fam.
Yeah,
that's it. That's gonna be the rotation for this, bro. I'm telling you, you're gonna see.
Well, it ain't gonna be Jackson because Jackson, like, I'm out.
Okay, so but that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, and you can include A&T in it. But that gap is big though. That's all I'm saying. The gap is big. But A&T people are going to show up, but the gap is so large with Fam and Southern.
But you're saying the same thing that I'm saying with Norfolk people. A&T people are going to show up. Aggie pride is real. I'm not even going to act like it's not. But again, I just don't believe that. Well, there's 2 things. Even though I believe that they are a draw, I still don't believe they're a bigger draw or a big enough draw compared to your Fams, compared to your Southerns, or compared to your Jacksons. And again, I don't think that the band of the year would have, first of all, well, that's a whole other thought process. I don't think the band of the year would have been able to survive if they would have brought A&T for a third time. Because people would have immediately said, oh, so we already thought that you only are looking for this type of style anyway. So now you brought them back for a third time. So we already see what it is. So now you get Southern in there. Southern is not that style. And they're a draw.
And then what's going to happen is next year, they're going to rotate Fam out with somebody.
Right, because Southern's going to win this year.
Right.
Southern's going listen to me, y'all. Southern is going to win this year. If Southern doesn't win,
that's going to be it's rigged.
If Southern doesn't, no. If Southern wins, it is rigged.
No, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line truth. I'm just saying, it's almost like like a script, like we see it, like we see it, and then it's almost like I'm reading the comments too. Southern is great, bro. Like let's not knock. We're not knocking none of it. Southern will win.
I agree.
Southern is going to win, bro. And Southern is going to win not because they're a bad band, but Southern is going to win because it's also politics and all of this too.
Correct.
And so that this is the only reason why I disagree with you, because I'm for adjudication.
I am too,
but not like this.
Right. I'm for adjudication as long as it's done right. So here's my thing, right? I don't understand how the Big Southern Classic worked for a movie but cannot work for real life.
Because I feel like the adjudication process is flawed. It's flawed. The adjudication process is flawed, bro.
I think I guess what I'm saying is, if you look at the Big Southern Classic, right? If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, for all of y'all who are watching, if you don't know what I'm talking about from Drumline, the final battle or the thing that they were preparing for to go at Drumline. The thing that worked about this Big Southern Classic was it wasn't an adjudication process throughout the year. It was, You show up, you bring your best show, and you are judged there.
And why we can't? Well, so why we can't do that?
That's what I just said. I just said that.
I'm saying, like,
if the Big Southern Classic works in a movie, why can't it work in real life? What's wrong with that?
Because we ain't got Peter Pablo. That's why.
Who am I? Anyway, but my whole point is, like, you have the judges physically there. So there is no discrepancy of who's judging what are they looking at, so on and so forth. All of that gets X'd out of the window. You get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You get one shot at this field show, and you are adjudicated right there, and the people and whoever wins is the Kangs. And yes, I said Kangs. What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, bro. It's like we look at, honestly, year one, we was excited. I just feel like this. Year one, we was excited. It was like, it's happening. We saw the results. It's like, kind of. I do believe that the first year when Florida Memorial won, they deserved it. Second year we come back, well, they lost on a technicality. They didn't have uniforms. Whatever. This year, they're not even in it. This year, 2 bands pulled out. People get judged on stuff that they don't have, or it don't count against them. If they have it, we still don't have a clear understanding on it. But okay, if you got the team, it can hurt against you. But if you don't, it don't count against you. I mean, red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Like, we still don't understand that process still to this point.
Knick-knack, paddywhack.
Get a dog a bone. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, bro, it's like
trash.
It's just, I don't know. Trash. And then it's about filling the seats. My thing, if you're going to do band of the year and it's a band event, then make it a band event. Like you say, pick the top 5 from both divisions. Y'all go hash it out.
Well, so there is the school of thought, and I talked about it on my LBR today, and I want to make sure I bring this comment up in the way that it was given to me. So I'm gonna pull it up real quick, because I told the audience to go and look for this. Oh, let me pull it up. I'm pulling it up on my phone, man. Y'all. Give me grace. I asked the question of whether it was true or not that the top 5 bands, so everybody gets scored to the top 5 bands, and then it was to my understanding that from the top 5 bands that were scored, that they are then chosen by the committee, like, so whoever was in the room. And so looking through my comments, because somebody did respond to it. It was one of my earlier comments. It said something to the degree of, on their website, it actually says that the top 5 will be, or the finalists will be chosen from the top 5. And they put it in the quotation marks, but I can't see it. I don't know why I can't find it right now. But for those of you guys who are in the comment section who are watching right now, that was to my understanding. That's what I had heard. Is that part true? Had everybody else heard that? And if you heard that, when did you hear that? Was that stated from the beginning? Was that stated in the middle of the year, or whatever? Because if that is the case, then obviously it is about who the biggest draw is. It obviously is about that. Because they went through the adjudication process. They scored all that kind of stuff. And then on the last 5, they looked at the last 5. They lined them up, put them in a row, and said, "All right, let's talk about who's the best person, or who's the best group for the finalists." And I think that's what they came up with. Now, I also put out a thought process that said FAM was chosen in the sense of they were the defending champs. They got to defend their title, almost like, any sport or anything like that. When you have defending champs who make it to the playoffs or so on and so forth, and they have the opportunity to be able to defend their title, even in wrestling, you got to defend your title. Too. You say what?
That was fake too.
It was fake. What was fake?
Wrestling is fake too.
Hey, it may be fake, but somebody got to defend their title. John Cena his last run, he got to defend his titles. Or I don't know if he's gonna put his titles up anyway. He only got one now. But you got to defend your title, man. So I'm thinking also that is part of the conversation, right? FAM has to defend their title. And because FAM had to defend their title, Miles had to defend their title. And because of that, that's how you got those two inside of the running. And then you had to find somebody to go against them. The thing that I thought was kind of odd was how Fayetteville State got slotted to go against Miles versus Virginia State. Because if the understanding or the conversation was, okay, we're going to have the defending champs come back. Fine. Perfectly fine. No problem. But in Div 2, Virginia State was number 1. So how did we go from the defending champs, which is Miles, and shout out to Miles, no disrespect. I think you guys are doing a great job. Brother Snipes, I think, is doing a fantastic job with that program. But if they're the defending champs, how did Fayetteville State, who was number 2, Miles was number 3, how did Fayetteville State end up going against Miles instead of Virginia State?
And that's the problem, bro. I don't think we're knocking, first of all, any of these directives. And it's sad to a point we got to keep reiterating we're not hating on these bands because we know how the internet really operates.
Yeah, facts.
But from the component of the process that they created, it doesn't make sense. And we're too damn educated for that to make sense to us. You just said alone, Virginia State was what?
Number 1.
But how they don't win? So if that's the case, even if we're going from that boxing theory that you created, right? If that's the case, then that means that Virginia State should be the number 1 contender to go against the reigning champions. And my thing is, if even that's the process, that means FAMU should have never been in the rankings, period, because we know that it was going to come back. So that, see what I'm saying? I mean, it should have never been in the running because they're going to return. So it's who's going to go against the defending national battle of the band championship.
Yeah.
But
I didn't think about that. I didn't think you're right. That should have been the way it started.
But you made it seem like, okay, every year is something new. Almost like Alabama, like when Alabama with Nick Saban over that time frame, right? Alabama may have been AP number 1 ranked football team, but they still had to prove it. They still had to go, and now with the playoff series, go to the Sugar Bowl, then go to the playoffs, then go for the national championship. It's not like it was just given. It was still re-earned. So is it re-earned, or are you looking at it like the heavyweight championship? Either or, it's still unclear. So I'm going to go with what my intellect tells me. Who can fill the seats? The high school component is for what? More seats. Because it's not like you have a national high school battle of the band to where, for example, like you invited St. Augustine and then you invited Craigmont because they had a national battle of the band that was sponsored by USA Bands. or something like that, or whatever the case may be. And then you had battles of the bands like Supreme and different things like that. And you got Carter going against, the schools in Florida and such, and then they just meet up. It's not like that. So we're going to pick these high schools because we know that the parents going to come support the high schools. It's all dressed up. It's politics, bro. Like we're going to call it what it is. It's politics. How I win the division, but then I don't go? Who's the number one right now? Is it FAMU or Southern?
Let me go back and look real quick. Oh, I left out of it, but I think it was FAM. No, it was A&T. It was A&T. I didn't even get there yet. A&T was number one.
So the two number one people didn't go in either division.
You're right. A&T and Virginia State did not go. Basically, 2 and 3 from both division went.
So
Southern and FAM from Division 1, Fayetteville and Miles from Division 2.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if they got on them if they got on them calls and was like, say we ain't gonna be able to come. And then they went with the next people.
No, I think that may be pretty possible too. I think that's possible. Well, let me rephrase that. I think that's possible with Virginia State. I don't know if that's possible with A&T. I don't know what that would have been like if we would have seen A&T again. Because essentially, based on what this thought process is to defend the title, it would have been A&T and FAM. Wasn't that the situation last year?
Last year, right? So my question is this. Man, I forgot that chain of thought. Just keep talking, but it was something that I was going to ask you, but I went blank.
All right. Well, while he's going blank and he's trying to think about it, I want to ask you this, but I also want to ask the audience this, and it's down at the bottom of the screen. Yes or no? Is this a good lineup for Band of the Year? Is this a good lineup? Yes or no? Period. That is the question. Is this a good lineup for Band of the Year?
I didn't ask you. Who was your Division II winners? I know you spoke about Virginia Union, but who was your overall winner? And you feel like in Division II?
If anything, I would definitely go Albany. And you know what? There's a group I haven't seen. So I would want to see certain people. I would actually want to see Albany and Savannah State. I think Savannah State deserves a shot. Because I don't think they're bad. Or Elizabeth City.
Okay. I mean,
I'm just thinking drills, bro. I'm just thinking drills.
But question, don't they pay for them to come?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Then that doesn't make sense then. So that means that Virginia State wouldn't have turned it down. Virginia State, they wouldn't have turned it down. They have uniforms, and they were voted number one by your adjudicators. So why didn't they go?
I mean, they probably had a prior engagement. I mean, there's other reasons why you can turn it down.
This is the national HBCU national championship battle of the band. You're gonna move your calendar for this, bro, and you get money for it too.
That's true.
It doesn't make sense, bro. Come on, make it make sense, dog. This doesn't make sense.
Some people in the comments are saying, no, they don't think this is a good lineup. Some people are saying, I don't hate it. Again, in the comment section, do you think this is a good lineup? Let's see, what else? I'm just looking at some of these answers. I would say I would agree with that. I take Fort Valley over Savannah State. Okay. Yeah, is this a good lineup? Is this a good lineup? Let us know. Yeah, you ain't even answered. Do you think this is a good lineup for ESPN Bandit? You don't at all? Okay. My full overall answer is I would say yes. I would say yes. The answer, so because you got to think about the question. Is this a good lineup for Band of the Year? My answer to that would be yes. Now, the caveat to that is, if I ask a different question, do I think this is a fair lineup for Band of the Year? My answer to that would be no. No.
I feel that. Now, I respect that. Come on, go to my computer about to die, bro.
Come on, man. You got to put the charger in, man. Put the stick in. Where the stick? You ain't gonna go get. You ain't gonna go get it, are you? Oh, never.
I got you, bro.
No. You good. No, you good. But so here's another question, right? December 12th, 2025. That's like what, in 2 weeks? 2-3 weeks? 4 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
How do you tell bands 4 weeks before they perform?
Because they paying for it. Shit.
No, I'm saying, like, you want to put your best foot forward. You tell them 4 weeks before they show up. How come they don't get the answer at the top of November? You already picking who you want to show anyway.
I ain't trying to be funny. Who said they didn't fucking have it?
That's true.
Who said they didn't have it?
Now, here's a question. If you are not in the Atlanta area, as a matter of fact, I'm asking you this question too, Quinn. If you are not in the Atlanta area, who's going? Who's going?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Due to the process, pisses people off to not go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it pisses people off to not go. And I think that's the issue, bro. Like, if it was actually fair and everything was fair, I don't think people really would have an issue. But the process of how it is and how the way that it's the skewness of it or unfairness, and you got all these questions, like, it doesn't make sense. How can you adjudicate or hold a person accountable for an auxiliary or an entity that you don't have? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And we've been asking this for 3 years now, bro. That's all I'm saying. We've been asking. Well, first year, okay, got to work out the kinks. Second year, all right, y'all did it again. Third year, this is who y'all are. And it's dressed up. It's dressed up.
Let me ask you this, brother. If you had the opportunity to go, would you go?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would. I mean, because I love band, so I'm gonna go. I know that FAMU and Southern University are gonna have an outstanding show. I know that Snipes and I don't know the gentleman at Fayetteville State, but I know they're gonna have great showing. So I'm not knocking that, but I would feel some type of way in regards of the fairness of it. That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
Like, and my thing is, if you're emulating it off of the college playoff system, then you should have did that too. That's all I'm saying. You should have did that too.
Okay. In the chat, if you all, I'm gonna put this one out here. If everybody in the chat, if everybody watching had free tickets, just asking free tickets, would you go? Would you go? If you had a free ticket to go, would you go? Based on what you know, based on the lineup, based on what you know you're gonna get. If you had a free ticket to just this alone, not the game, to just this alone, would you go? Yes or no? Yes or no? Free ticket. I get tickets,
I ain't gonna lie, I'll go.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I had tickets, but also let me say this: even though I have issues with it, I still will support it because it's HBCUs. But the way that they're doing the rankings, I'm gonna just say, like, a person I like, this is not the way I like it. I just say like the way the adjudicate, this is not the way I like it.
Okay.
Because I think it's skewed and I don't feel like it's fair. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. And so it's interesting, man. We got a mixed bag, bro. Like some people like free, shoot, I'm going. Some people are like, nah, I can't do it because even if it was free, it's still wrong. Like people, it seems to me that some people are very, very big on the principle more than the situation in and of itself. So that's fair. That's fair. All right. I typically would let people come in live and all that kind of stuff, but my brother said his computer about to die. We don't want the computer to die on him. So here we go. Let me shut all this down. Here we go. Any final thoughts, brother, about band of the year? Not final thoughts for the culture, but final thoughts on the band of the year. What's your thoughts?
Man, I just don't prefer it, bro. I think we've stated on this show several times, there's many ways that this could improve, be better, show transparency, and be fair to where the people be like, you know what? That makes sense. It's like, make the process. But it doesn't make sense how two number one bands that you adjudicated were number one, but they don't make it to the championship. Then what's the point? Then I could be number 5 and still go. I think, wasn't it one time, I think Hampton, they moved from like 16th to 7.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a big jump.
Like a colossal jump, nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like it doesn't make sense, bro. So but like I say, I'ma still, if we get them tickets, I'm gonna go. But we plan on going in. So
I'm about to say, yes. If we get them tickets, I'm about to say, so 9 times out of 10 you gonna go. So we gonna go.
Yeah, we gonna go.
We gotta get Portia there though. We gotta pull Portia.
Yeah,
bring her along.
In Atlanta, I just don't want to get stuck down there because it's cold in January.
It is, but I'm gonna be honest. I probably ain't gonna get on a plane. I'll probably drive. What?
I'll fly Spirit down there, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Way these planes and air traffic controls working. I take my
come pick me up on the way.
I take my chances, bro.
Come pick me up on the way.
No, you got to come here.
What you mean?
I don't have to go through Houston to go there.
Is Atlanta shorter from Dallas than Houston?
Well, it depends.
Well, and that depends is drive
me going down to get you takes longer for me.
But it'll take longer for me to drive to you than drive to Atlanta.
Well, then, either way. All right, then we riding alone then. We just be in the cars by ourselves.
Yeah, on the phone.
You jamming the Boosie.
Hey, you feel me? You feel me?
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to get Portia. But no, I think the Edge said something that I really do value. And here's the reason why I value it. We're gonna show it. I think everyone should still support it because at the end of the day, if we don't support it, then it'll be gone, and then bands will lose out on money once again. One of the things that I can say, out of all the things that I think is just kind of odd about this thing, they are giving out good money. It ain't like no phony money. And a lot of our HBCU band programs, specifically our Division II band programs, but programs in general, need that bread. It ain't nothing wrong with getting bread, especially when you got universities that aren't supporting you financially the way that we would all like for them to do, right? So I don't disagree with that. Catch the Greyhound bus to Atlanta. Nah, I'm not. Nah, I ain't catching no Greyhound. I ain't catching no Greyhound. It's tight. Right, it's a straight shot on 20. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm good. I ain't going no Houston.
Hey, bro, Hey, first of all, y'all in the comments ain't got nothing to do with Luke. Me and Luke driving situation. So mind yours. Because I'm standing on business. I gotta drive 3 hours to Dallas, and then drive with you about 10 hours to Atlanta, then drive back to Dallas, and then drive 3 hours back to Houston. Nah, bro.
If you come early, you got a place to lay your head, bro. Before we tip out. I ain't gonna let you,
be funny, bro. I love you, bro. You got a lot of kids, bro.
What my kids got to do with you?
Man, they ain't gonna be opening my eyes when I sleep.
First of all, my kids don't do that anyway. They know better.
Nah, I be sleep, Uncle Quan.
Yeah, nah. We ain't doing
like
that.
I'm sleep. I'm big sleep right now.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. If the conversation is, hey, let Uncle Quan get his sleep, they gonna let you sleep. I'm just saying, bro.
I don't know, bro. We'll see.
All right, dog. We are not flying. I ain't flying, bro.
I may fly.
Until I know that the air traffic controllers and everything else is a little
like
bit
this. Well, I'll do this. I'll hit that one way. I'll fly that one way, and then I'll ride back. No. I'll ride back with you and just drop me off back in Houston. It's cool.
That's still out my way.
It's a sacrifice.
I'm just saying, man. It's still out my way.
Hey, put me on the shield. All three of them. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey,
it's okay.
I will say this. Since Quan say put some sauce on it, boy. Since Quan say that the people in the comments ain't got nothing to do with our driving situation, I will go get Quan if y'all contribute to the gas fund to go get Quan. I'm just saying, man. It's out the way. Give me the gas money to go get it.
Bro, that's $40, bro. It's 236 miles. It's 236 miles from Houston, I believe. Bro, that's one tank of gas.
It is. That's exactly. Actually, no.
That's $30.
I done drove it multiple times before. Technically, that's half a tank of gas. It is like $35, but it's half a tank of gas. At least in my car. By the time I get to the city, I'm only on half a tank.
Bro, you gonna stop at Buc-ee's? I'll give you the $35.
No, I don't stop. I go straight through.
I don't want to ride with you. Never mind. Don't worry. Why? Because I'm not that type of ride. I stop.
No. What I'm saying, when I go to
try new restaurants,
what I'm saying is when I go to Houston, what I need to stop for?
Because you pass 2 Buc-ee's.
I don't need to stop at no Buc-ee's to get to the city. It's different. What do I need to stop at Buc-ee's to get to this? I got a Buc-ee's that's down the street from my crib.
It's Buc-ee's, bro. I don't give a damn. It's Buc-ee's.
It's 5 minutes away from I got a Buc-ee's literally 5 minutes from my house, bro.
Is it a big one?
Yeah. I don't gotta stop at a Buc-ee's.
Where your Buc-ee's at?
Up the street from my house. When you come here.
What's the one called? What's it called? Like Ennis? What is it?
No, it's not. It's not Ennis, bro. Ennis, really? That's not even before you get to the crib.
Like, what's the name of it? Is the one right, like not too far, the last one before you get to North Texas?
No, you talking about the ones that before you get to the Dallas area. I'm not over there.
No.
Yeah, I got one 5 minutes from my crib. When you get here, I'll take you to the Buc-ee's myself. It's 5 minutes up the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, Mr. Mitchell, we have 3 Buc-ee's in Houston, and I go to all of them.
You go to the one. You go to the one that's off of 10, like going towards Beaumont.
Baytown?
Yeah, Baytown.
Absolutely. Yep.
Man, when I used to live in Beaumont, and I used to drive to the city, I got to stop at that joint.
You got to. I stopped to the one in Baytown. I stopped to the one in the little baby one in Pearland. I stopped to the one at Prairie View.
Did you stop at the one that's in Cypress, the little small one?
Small one in Cypress.
Yes.
I don't know
off of 290 Amuskie Road.
Bro, that's the big one in PV.
No. The only reason why I know it is because I used to live over there. I used to live in the apartments right by it. It's like for 290 Amuskie, bro. It's a little small one. When I was getting my master's, that's where I used to go to get my coffee fix so I can stay up.
Nobody really goes to the one in Katy because it's just out the way. It's out the way. If you're going to San Antonio that way, yeah.
There's one in Katy?
You don't really hit. Yeah, bro.
Is that new?
Nah, it's old.
Dang,
It's what right next to the RV spots when you go get your RV for homecoming.
Well, I won't out. That's PV there. I don't go to. Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap it up.
No, not that one. Not the one by Cypress and Rose Hill. It's a small one. It's a little small gas station joint. It's off of Muskie Road. I used to live over there, right across the street from it. I could walk to it. It's a nail shop and a little dental place right next to it. I don't believe we got into a conversation about Buc-ee's. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and wrap this up, man. Any final thoughts? Anything you got for the culture?
Well, your boy birthday is next week. First of all, happy birthday to my brothers. I got 2 brothers' birthdays today, so shout out to them. Family and relatives, all their birthdays been coming up. My birthday is next week, so I bless God for that. God says the same. I'm excited because I'll be experiencing. I waited. If I had my time, it was 17 years. 17 years, 7 months for my very first Founders Day for Kappa Kappa Psi. So I'm excited about it. I bless God for it. I'm finally a member. I don't have to die wondering. I'm gonna sing that whole hymn on Founders Day the whole time. I'm excited about it. So I'm thankful for it. I get to spend that time with my dog Luke. We go throw some K's and clown and have a libation, whatever, because first Founders Day. So I'm excited about that.
So I guess me gonna get together and sing the hymn with just 2 parts.
Hey, we're gonna sing it. Or we're gonna put the YouTube one on. That'd be the 3rd part, and then we can sing the other 2.
Nah. Yeah, I ain't trying to be biased, but if it ain't my chapter singing, it's kind of hard. We sing it.
Okay, well, you be biased.
Hey, I mean, we sing a little differently, and I mean, not in a bad way. We still sing the right notes, but we add some flavor to it. We add some flavor to it. Anyway, but no, man, I definitely want to say, you can go ahead and check out our store again. Remember, you can get 30% off your purchase with anything in our store. Go ahead and check it out. I think I'm gonna have some new stuff coming in there too, man. I've been having some new ideas for some merch, so. Go ahead and check it out, and you can get 30% off your purchase. All you got to do is type in HBCU band. Hey, I will also say this. I understand that everybody has their thought process about the ESPN band of the year. Listen, I got my thought process too. I got my feels about it, but I do agree with the Edge, man, that this is a program that is giving some bread to some universities, some good bread to some universities, and so we want to continue to try to find a way to support it. Not necessarily morally, because I know that there's some things that still need to be cleaned up, but definitely for the strength of the fact that there is money given to these programs. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of showcases, but what I will say is National Battle of the Bands has been doing a great job by giving these programs decent money, to perform. And so we don't want to lose that avenue. I definitely want to say that. Can some things be better? Yes. There are some things that I've had some conversations with some people with that hopefully, they will be better in the future. So just continue to support as much as you can. Also, Loose Band Report. Loose Band Report is still happening. We're going to continue to have that. I know I missed a halftime headlines on this past Friday, but a lot has been happening. Yes, thank you for spelling Buc-ee's correctly inside of the comments, because people was hitting them with the Y Daddy, and that is absolutely incorrect. All right. Other than that, don't forget, Grambling and Southern is going to be coming up very soon, so we want to be on the lookout for that. Also, get your turkeys and your hams and all that kind of stuff, because Thanksgiving is coming up and you want to stuff your belly. Yeah, but we don't want no pies. I don't want no pies. Don't give me no pie. I don't like pie.
That's a lie.
I don't like pie.
Kids. That's a lie.
What does my 4 kids have to do with pie? Maybe I'm lost on this one. You have to tell me, because I don't know. I don't like pie. I'm not a pie fan.
People in the comment.
Help me out.
Let them know what pie. Let them know what pies we talking about.
Help, because I don't know what you mean by pie. I don't like pie.
Ludacris say looking for American 20-inch pies, 20-inch rides.
Oh, okay. Outside of that, though, man, this has been right. Very awkward silence after that statement. But outside of that, man, this has been super dope. This has been great, man. Remember, we will see you guys in 2 of them weeks. Or weeks. Whatever. See y'all. Holla at y'all. Y'all keep the conversation going inside of the chat.
All right, broski.
Can't leave yet.
Oh, my bad.
They can hear us talking.
It's cool. We ain't saying nothing bad.